How y'all doing, ladies and gentlemen? Colt Bennett coming to you here from the feed trough. Guys, we cooking some gumbo today, boys. Let me tell you, it's been a while. It's been a while. I ain't put out a video and I can't even tell you how long, which you know how life is, you know. But I thought today just felt like the day. Got the day off, and I said, man, I've been craving some good wild game gumbo. So let me start you out. This is what we're doing. Excuse the crappy camera work as usual, you know. See, shit's just falling apart already. Alright, what we got right here, we got some real good andouille. That is part of the key right there. You need to grease from that andouille to help make your roux, right? Alright, so I picked up this andouille from a local butcher here in Searcy. That old farm to fork, you know what I'm saying? You get out there and hit them up and they got some good stuff, so throwing that out there. So what we're going to do is the wild game for today is going to be duck. I got a few duck breasts and I just figured, hell, get them used. So we got ourselves some spices right here. And this is my special mixture. It's real straightforward. It's whatever your favorite Cajun seasoning is. Some garlic, some black pepper, a little bit of thyme, a little bit of rosemary, a little bit of oregano. And of course, you got to throw in that, what did I throw in? Oh yeah, a little bit of cayenne pepper. So you mix that all together, that's going to be your spice palette right there, along with this andouille. Now, if you can tell or not, we got ourselves, let's see, excuse my nasty kitchen too, here you go. Some fresh okra. Now you can use the stuff frozen in a bag, that's fine. Just do not use that damn pre-breaded shit. We ain't doing none of that business. Ooh, got some fresh bell peppers right here all cut up. We're going to do an onion here in just a minute. Let's watch you. Let's see. We'll see if we get this thing tilted down where we can see. Let's see. Hey, we can see. Look at you there. Alright, so you're cutting your okra. You want to go with the small okra. No bigger than that. That's honestly almost too big. Cut the tops off. Tops go over here. And I like pretty big chunky okra. I leave the ends off. So it goes in the pot. Now, I don't know if you noticed or not, but we are using a crock pot today to cook all this stuff because I got other shit to do. And I ain't got time to fool around with standing over a pot all day. I'm going to cut up this okra. Big chunks, man. I like big chunks. You can do it however you like. You want to do little chunks? You can do little chunks. Got that old Pioneer Woman cook set right there. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Can't beat it. Good knives. Mid-grade knives. I'd say mid-grade. But mid-grade knives, man. But they're pretty good. You ain't got to sharpen them too much. Pretty good steel. Woo. So anyway, guys, this gumbo, man, I've been making it off and on for several years now. We even had a little gumbo competition not too long ago. Man, a couple years, I guess. Me and some buddies got together. Sadly, I took third place, but then again, I was cooking against a true Cajun, so you know how that went down. And the other fella that was in there, he just had it up on me that day. He's a heck of a cook. He's been on the feed trough a time or two. Old Mason Hudson, good old boy. He's the one who taught me how to do duck gumbo. Alright, so we got our okra in. Bell peppers, they went in right there. Let's see, we'll whip it around as you can see what we're doing. Boom. See that alright? There we go. We're going to get rid of this trash real quick. Get an andouille crackling, boys. Woo! Andouille's doing its thing. Oh. Now on the onions. You can do white, you can do red, you can do yellow. I'm doing just good old yellow onions today. Because that's what I got on hand. That's how gumbo originated, really. It was just basically whatever the cook had on hand. So you can put anything in it. We're going kind of traditional. Typically you don't use a lot of bell peppers, but I am very much a big fan. So you look here real quick. We're going to rough cut this onion. I like big chunky vegetables in anything that I cook, whether it be, you know, soups or salads or whatever, gumbo. Big rough cut on them onions. You kind of, you know, I like to see my veggies, and a lot of times with onions in particular, when you cook them down, they tend to just disappear. So, get them onions in there. Alright. Now, you hear that andouille cooking, like I said. Around over there. There's the andouille doing its thing. Now, we want the grease out of it, so we're going to cook it pretty good. Get them a good sear or crust, whatever you want to call it on there. Andouille's already cooked, so you don't have to cook it a whole lot, but you want that fat out of there as much as you can get. Now we're going to have to add a little bit. I got leftover sausage right there, leftover sausage grease, a little leftover bacon grease. All right, we're going to pull the duck out. We threw it in there to thaw a little bit. All right, there's that duck right there. Now, we're going to cut this duck up. Flip it around here real fast. Alright. Ooh, look at there. Look at that right there, boys. See that? Let's see if we can scoot it back a little bit. Make sure we ain't got no feathers on there. As you cutting the duck, I like to do, you know, medium-sized chunks. We're going to be looking for shot, because we don't want no shot in there. You're halfway through eating a piece of duck, and all of a sudden you break a tooth off. So, cut that duck up, and we're just going to put it right on over in there. Just like that, about that big. Now, duck, man, is already pretty fatty, so that's a good thing. Fat is your friend. Don't let nobody tell you different. Fat's your friend. This duck is from last duck season. That's why I decided to go ahead and cook it, because hopefully it'll work out. I'll get a chance to go. I can tell they're not big dogs right here. See him? He's dying for some of that duck meat. He said, "Feed me, Daddy, feed me." Acts like he's starving. He ain't. He gets 3 squares a day. He's just a punk. That's all it is. He's a punk. I don't know if you can tell or not, my knife skills are, well, Gordon Ramsay would probably say, "You're fucking shit, man." That's a terrible British accent. I apologize. That's what he'd say. He'd say, "Man, you terrible." He's probably right. I ain't too worried about how pretty it looks once, you know, on the cut. It's all about how it tastes. Alright, we got about half that duck in there. Get it all in there looking good. Do one more. I'll save some of this duck out and do something with it. I'll bacon wrap it or something here in a little while. Because who doesn't love that? Alright, yeah, there ain't no shot in that. Whew, good Lord. That's the last thing I need, beating this stuff. And boom! Bust a tooth. Alright. Alright, we're going to save the rest of that duck out. You don't want to put too much meat in your gumbo, because technically it is a stew or a soup. So you don't want it to be too heavy, too meaty. I know it sounds like, man, Cole, you can't have it too meaty. Meat's the good stuff. You know what I mean? But, you know. So, this is just how I do gumbo. Everybody does it a little different. And I can't blame them. Like, let's get that out of the way. I can't blame them. You know, everybody's got their own way. And mine may not be traditional. There's that duck in there. Look at there. Look at there. Alright. Our seasoning mixture. We're just gonna layer that in there. Just like that. You season it to however you want, whatever your taste is. I like mine a little hot. But I got other people eating today, so you gotta take it a little easy, you know what I'm saying? Alright, let's look at this andouille real quick. Safety first. Alright. Alright, we got this andouille. So we're gonna try and keep as much of the grease as we can. Throw this andouille in there. I got a pressure cooker for Christmas, for my lovely girlfriend, Miss Brooke Walker. I was going to use it today, but I did not get it out of the car. So that's right. I know it's terrible. It's still in the box. It's still in the car. I'm terrible. I know. Get all of that andouille in there. We got a little bit of grease left. Set that to the side. Alright, we're going to throw our other greases, other fats. Whoop. Look at there, folks. Set my oven mitt down on the hot burner. You know how it's going to be. We'll be back here in a little bit with the roux. Hey guys, we back. We're back at it. Now, this here, above the seasoning, above the meat, above the vegetables, the cook time, everything, what is the most important thing about a gumbo is the roux. Now, in other parts of the South, we just call this gravy, but down there in Cajun country, they call it roux. Now, we got different kinds of fat. You can use any kind of fat that you want. And then flour. I just use regular AP flour, nothing fancy. And the goal is to get this kind of a, I like to get it about a dark caramel color. Now you can, a lot of folks, I just thrown some grease on myself, that felt great. Anyway, so go try to get to a dark caramel or even a chocolate color. Depends on how flavorful you want this roux. The darker it gets, the better. Now that's not to say you don't want to burn it, okay? You don't want to burn that shit because it tastes well burnt. Alright, so we got some sausage grease. We got some bacon grease. Got some breakfast sausage grease in here too. Well, the other sausage is that andouille. And then we got a little bit of butter. I just use regular salted butter, nothing fancy. And so once we get it going, we're going to turn the heat down to like medium-low. We're going to mix it all in, make sure there ain't no clumps. And then occasionally you want to come back and stir it. Now when I say occasionally, I mean you want to stand right here and watch it. Because you don't want it to burn. You ain't got to keep stirring it all the time, you just get the clumps out, right? Alright, clumps are gone. And we're going to sit and chill out for a minute. Watch this roux darken up. Now, for the Cajun seasoning, I just use Old Tony Chachere's. You can use Zatarain's, you can make your own, you can use Cajun two-step, whoever you want to use, man, it's all good. You know? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to cook this roux down a little bit. And I ain't learned all the fancy camera tricks, so I can't, like, you know, fast forward, slow down, all that bullshit. So I'll be right back whenever it's ready. Well, we finally got to the point where we need it to be, okay? This is that dark caramel color, you know, and this is how I like my roux. I get them at dark caramel. I keep it a little bit runny, you know, like some runny gravy. And that's the key with roux, man. You just keep stirring and keep stirring and keep stirring, and let it get darker and darker and darker to however dark you want it. All right, we're gonna go back. Remember, safety first. Don't burn yourself up. And just so everybody knows, with all the COVID and whatnot going around. Just a second ago, I coughed into the thing in my hand there. I did wash my hands and went sanitary and all that kind of stuff, so, you know, I'm hillbilly, but I ain't that hillbilly. Now, we're going to take this roux, cast iron skillet, always key. Now, the roux is going in. Ooh, it's going to bubble, ooh, spark, make all kinds of racket. But you want to get all that delicious roux in the dang pot here. We're putting it all in there. As that cooks down in this crock pot, it's where all your flavor, well, not all your flavor, but it's where a bunch of flavor comes from. Alright, now the other thing that you got to remember is this is like a soup or a stew, so you got to have some moisture in there, right? Got to have some liquid. Now, let's see if we can get down here. There you go. That's what she looks like. All our spices and stuff in there. Now, the liquid I put in here, I did 2 cans, little 15-ounce cans or 14-ounce cans, whatever you can get, of just chicken stock. And about half a can of beer. You use whatever kind of beer you like. I just threw in some Busch Light. So, that is the gumbo right there, folks. Beginning stages. So, we're going to put the lid on, cook it on high until we get her done. Now, serve it over rice, serve it over noodles, whatever. Rice is traditional. That's what we're going to do. I got some brown rice. That's what I like. We're going to put it down, and I'll plate it here in a little while when she's done. Cook, really till the duck gets tender. So, 3-4 hours. It just kind of depends. Anyway, guys, it's on tonight. Let me tell you, food's going to be good. Woo! Good stuff. All right, guys, we love you, and I'll be back with a plate here before long.